FIIIIRRREEEE / Bob. Today, here to talk to you about the trial by fire. Bum, bum, bum. This is just a little segment I'm going to do today because I had a really super busy weekend playing trombone. And I used two trombones that I haven't really had a chance to gig with, play in a serious setting where I needed to not be bad. First thing is on Saturday in December. Go figure if you're watching this in the future. I played in the Los Angeles Trombone Christmas in Anaheim, California, right next to Disney. And it was super fun. There was parts of it that were not super fun. Lots of players there that were not very good. Someone who knows me said, "Hey, that's Burger Bob." So if you're watching this, hi. Yes, I did hear you. I wish I could have said hi, but we were about to start rehearsal. My bad. And I brought this to Trombone Christmas. I did not bring my main instrument over here. This was an outdoor thing. It's kind of, it's not like we're marching around or anything, but I didn't want to bring my main horn and get it beat up, especially my slide. So I brought my new, quote-unquote, 50B2 just to see how it would fare, playing a bunch of second bass trombone parts that are pretty low for hours and hours and hours. So you learn a lot of things about a horn. You ergonomics. How does it balance? How does it feel in the hands? I used my Get a Grip on it. I'm also using the slide that didn't come with this, just in case you're confused. But you learn a lot of things. Ergonomics, like how the valves feel, how easy is it to play, can you deal with the slide being not 100% all the time, all sorts of things. And I'd say this gets a pretty good grade, because we showed up nice and early. We were late, but it was early in the day. Rehearsal started at 9 a.m. And we rehearsed for 2 hours, I think, and then we had a concert that was about an hour long later in the day. And so I got to play this a lot on a lot of low bass trombone parts with other people playing the same parts. The problem I've had with vintage Bach basses in the past, double valve ones, is that in a group setting, I can't play the dynamics that I want to. It won't play loud enough without me really getting backed up and feeling really bad. And this did not have that issue. Yes, the valves are not as open as I'd like them to be, because I'm coming from this, which is the most open possible instrument. But I had a lot of low C's and stuff, low B's included, that I could just kind of sit on, just sound really good. And I think it worked out really well. Just probably doesn't sound quite the same as this does when I play loud. Probably doesn't have the same, gravity, presence maybe. But it worked really well. I'm actually really, really happy with how that went. And this is a little lighter. It's kind of easier to hold up for a long amount of time. And it's still balanced. It's not like it's front heavy or anything. So I'd say this gets a good A- maybe. There were some parts that were a bunch of repeated low C's that I just didn't play. One, because I didn't want to, because it's especially very fun. And two, because on this, it just, after a few of them, you can kind of feel yourself pinching, tightening up. So it's not perfect, obviously. This was not ever designed to play those kind of parts, really. So I'd say that receives a pretty good A- in the trial by fire category. I thought about bringing my single 50B, but that would have been not nearly as fun as this was. So cool, A-. Sunday, I played a brass ensemble gig in the morning, playing first trombone, and then later in the day I played second trombone on a rehearsal and a concert with an orchestra. Not a big orchestra by any means, just a youth symphony, but still a trial by fire. I've not ever played. I've played first trombone in a brass ensemble a little bit at UCLA, but I've never played anything except for bass trombone in an orchestra. So that was definitely trial by fire for me as well as the instrument. So that was kind of neat. The first gig I played in the morning. It was super early. That was not very fun. I played my new Great Black New York 3, which is a little smaller. That's the smallest cup size of the 3 rim size, which is a 3 rim, relating to everybody. And it was okay. I felt like the horn was a little harder to play actually with this mouthpiece. they're definitely, my chops are not really up to just playing first trombone for a long time. I don't have those kind of chops. I still did it, and I think it sounded okay, but it was kind of difficult. The high register, like B flat to F-ish above the staff, just didn't feel super great with that mouthpiece that early in the morning. There were a couple times where I realized I wasn't letting my air fall out. I was kind of crunching down on things. Didn't feel super good. I was not unhappy with my performance or the instrument, but I was not happy with it either. And then later, I played second in an orchestra on like a ton of rep, a lot of really loud stuff. So I used the 1.25, which is a larger rim size, doesn't really matter, but also a larger cup and a more open throat. And that actually worked really, really well. I was playing with a Shires on first trombone. He was also playing a Gray Black, smaller than mine, and a Courtois bass. And it actually felt really good. I felt like this horn, as small as it is with the rotor valve and the narrow slide, no bass crook and stuff, actually kind of kept up and bridged that gap between first trombone and third trombone. And I could make some serious kind of like big heavy sounds in the mid register. And it felt really, really good. And there were some really soft spots in Smetana's D Moldau. There's some very, very soft stuff right above the staff that just felt really good. It wasn't hard to play. I was letting my air fall out, not getting any resistance on that. And I could tune really well. I could hear myself. The section around me had fun playing with me in the middle, I think. So I'd say on the first gig, I'm not sure if this is the me mouthpiece instrument, I would give it like a B- maybe, because it wasn't bad but not great. And then on the orchestra stuff, I would say solid A. Maybe, I will say A-. There was some lower stuff in one of the pieces we did where I was really hammering it out, and I can still make it happen, but the horn was not having it. Low G, stuff like that. I think it still sounded okay, but on an instrument that was just a little more solidly built with a larger valve of any kind, I probably could have really, really played that well and sounded good. But for most of the stuff we played, like mid-register up into a little bit above the staff on second trombone, this killed it. It felt really good. I'm really happy with that. A normal 42 with the bass crook and stuff I think probably would have been a little better, but not by a lot. And this mouthpiece worked pretty well. So I'd say this gets, overall, like a B. Just straight up a B. Because it could have been better, could have been a lot worse. That's my little segment, Trial by Fire. If you want to know how an instrument is going to work for you, I wouldn't say use it on your next gig instantly, but put yourself in a setting where you don't want to be bad, and you know the instrument is at least up to that standard, not bad, and see how it holds up. So there we go. We got a A- and a B. See you guys next time.